know you're excited about your new TruDrop planter, so here are a few tips to help you utilize your self-watering planter to its best potential. Take a minute to read the circular instruction sticker that covers the watering well before you remove it. Before you begin planting up your container, you will need to decide if the planter will be used indoors or outside. If you're going to use it outside where it will be receiving rainfall, locate the dimple on the side of the planter where you will need to drill a small hole. Yeah, this is where you get to use power tools. Just remember, only use a 1/4 inch bit. This allows the outside of the planter to have an overflow release of water that may build up after excessive rain. If you're using this planter for an indoor container garden, there's no need to drill a hole. Before planting your container, remember to remove the round sticker over the watering well. When planting your container, make sure you use a good quality potting mix. Select plants that like the same kind of light conditions for where you have chosen to place the planter. For instance, if the planter is going to be in full sun, make sure all the plants like full sun conditions. Fill your planter with potting soil, leaving a few inches from the top. Carefully remove plants from the pots, loosen the soil, and plant. Make sure the top of the root ball is at least a 1/2 inch below the top of the planter. After all the plants are placed, you're going to backfill with some soil to fill in any gaps between the plants. Once you've gotten your container all planted up, it looks beautiful. It's time now to go ahead and water all the plants in. This is the only time that you're going to be watering overhead with your planter. I'm going to add a little water-soluble fertilizer to my watering can and then saturate the soil. Because of the water reservoir, there's no runoff of the fertilizer, so it will continue to feed your plants as the plants take up water. Remember, this is the only time that you're going to water from above to wet the soil. After you've watered from overhead, you will now finish by filling the planter reservoir through this opening. Stop adding water when you see the 3 blue drops at the top of your indicator. Only add water through this intake hole throughout the time that your plants are growing in your planter. If your planters are outside, they will be getting overhead watering, but your overflow hole will release any excess water. In a few months, you could add a little fertilizer to your reservoir, especially if you are growing flowering plants that are nutrient hungry. Our planters are safe for leaving outdoors year-round, but remember to empty out the water reservoir if you live in areas where you get freezing temperatures. Unless you want to look like Minnie Pearl, you might want to snip off that planter tag. Now, since you don't have to worry about watering this planter for a while, you can take that little getaway you've been planning. Where are you going to go?